Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Steep Country video. And guess what? We're in the kitchen today. It's springtime. I'm gonna basically change your guys' life. Today, we're gonna take from our 2022 Spring Black Bear, the fat, and we're gonna make bear grease, bear oil, white gold, liquid gold, whatever you wanna call it. But today, we're in the kitchen. I'm gonna show you how to render down bear fat to use for cooking, moisturizing all your leather, using for chapstick. Heck, I've even heard that bear oil helps hair growth and can predict the weather. So come along, welcome to another video here on Steep Country. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Why not help us grow? Thank you for tuning in. Let's get right into this. All right, first couple things you guys are gonna need. Pretty simple here, really simple actually. You're gonna need this little thing. This is gonna be for filtering out your oil once it's through rendering. You're gonna need yourself some mason jars, something like this. Size is up to you. And then last but not least, you're gonna need the good old bear fat itself, guys. Like I said, this is from my 2022 Spring Black Bear here in Idaho. Link will be up here if you want to check that video out. 4 bears down, pretty great video. But we got about 10 pounds, so let's head over to the stove here. Let's get this stuff nice and prepped and ready to get rendered down. We're over here at the butcher block here. We're gonna get this open and we're gonna start trimming this fat up and chunking it into smaller cubes, and it currently is, as you can see here, it's still a little frozen, which is what you want, honestly. It cuts up a little nicer that way. If you want to eliminate that bear taste totally, see how some of this has some meat on it still? We're just gonna trim that up a little bit and get that off, and then chunk this into like 1 or 2 inch cubes, because we're gonna have ourselves some nice bear cracklings afterwards. So that will be delicious. But I'm not gonna bore you here with cutting this up, so let's get this cut up, trimmed up, and into our pot. See, just like this, kind of 1 or 2 inch piece will render down really nicely. All right guys, so the next part here is I just set the bear grease and the bear fat onto the burner here. You want to do this over a controlled heat because A, you could burn this really easy and you don't want that, and B, you kind of want to monitor what temperature is best for rendering it. If you do it over an open flame, it's harder to control. So as you can probably hear, it's already starting to render. I have it on high right now, but I'm gonna kick that down to a medium to really let it render and take its time to get all that fat out. So when it first starts to render, you can hear that. I can already see some oil down in the bottom here, but I'm just gonna stir it up a little bit, just so nothing sticks to the bottom, and that way nothing burns. Oh man, this smells delicious. Alrighty guys, the next part of this is actually really key. You want to make sure that you pull these when your cracklings start to get a nice golden brown to them, just kind of like that. Reason is like I said earlier, you don't want to burn this, and bear oil actually has a really low smoke point, so it's pretty easy to burn. So just check your cracklings every once in a while, and once they get this golden brown, start removing them. So that's what we're gonna do next here, is start taking our cracklings here, draining them, and putting them on a pan for drying and cooling. Gosh, it smells so good. You know guys, this is just another reason why hunting black bears is so cool. To be able to utilize their fat like this is such a unique thing, and it's not something you can do when you're talking about deer or elk. So another benefit to hunting black bears is being able to make your own oil, make your own grease, and use it for your daily life. I mean, I'm going to use this for probably reconditioning my leather. I'm going to be able to use this also to make all the food I cook. And you know what? I might be the first person that does bear oil popcorn. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, just another reason why you should hunt black bears. Not only is their normal meat really good, honestly, it's one of my top 3 favorite game meats, guys, but the bear fat itself is so delicious. Alrighty guys, now we're gonna start the filter process here. We got all our bear oil right here. We have this little filter that I mentioned earlier, pretty tight wire mesh, so it should filter it good. And then we have our little mason jars here that we're going to store this in. So once we get this stored, it should be able to last for at least a year at room temperature is what they say. I'm sure whether you put it in the freezer or the fridge, it will last even longer. So we got our little filter here. We're going to take our scoop here and get a scoop of this, pour it in. Just like that. Oh yeah, this is a great color right now, guys. So now we'll take this out, take our lid here, and can it. That's really hot. So just rinse and repeat, and we'll go through this. Okay guys, as you can see now, I got all the bear oil canned and jarred here. All that's left to do for me to do is just label it with some masking tape and a Sharpie. Pretty simple. And then we got the cracklings here, all seasoned, crispy, and delicious. I guess I could eat one on camera just to show you guys. But there's a crackling. Crispy, crunchy, buttery. Super buttery, but delicious. I use that garlic butter seasoning, and then I also use kind of like a mesquite barbecue with some salt, so they're delicious. So those will keep for as long as I need them to on the shelf. And then as you can see here, bear oil turned out pretty dang good, I would say. I mean, it's a nice amber color, beautiful bear oil, liquid gold as some would call it. So really happy with that. The last batch here is really hot, but I did 2 separate batches just so you guys can see the difference. The color of the bear oil can vary between, you know, more of a clear gold to this more amber gold. So I think I did it just right. It's just perfect. So like I said, all that is really left for me to do here is just take some tape and just write on it, you know, what it is and the date of bear oil, 5/29/23. And then what I'm gonna do is take this and just put it on my mason jar here, and voila, just like that. As you guys can see here, the bear oil is labeled. It's good for storage. I know when I made it, we're good to go. So cheers to that. Like I was saying earlier, guys, this is just another reason why we bear hunt. This is another reason why we eat bear. We kill bears and we eat them. So it's pretty awesome, just the diversity you can get from wild game in itself, but then a black bear as well, with not only the meat, but the fat and how you can produce the oil. And the way I'll use this is I'll probably just cook with it until I run out. Like I said, I might be the first one to do bear oil popcorn, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. It means a lot. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking out Steep Country. If you wouldn't mind, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're getting close to 10K, so we really appreciate all the support, and anyone that can help us grow, we really appreciate them. If you're a returning subscriber to the channel, thanks again for stopping by, hanging out in the kitchen with me today. And until the next video, guys, We'll catch you later.